What's up, guys? Welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and today is number 229 of our At Home Fitness coaching series. Now, this is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys in-gym quality coaching and workouts for your at-home or garage gym needs. Without further ado, here's what we have for Friday. We are going to start ourselves with a little bit of a bodyweight strength piece. Every 2 minutes for 5 rounds, you guys are going to do a max effort, unbroken set of handstand push-ups. These can be strict or they can be kipping. You're gonna start the new set on the 2 every 2, and our score will be total reps over the course of the 5 rounds. So there isn't necessarily an incentive here to hold back early to try and maintain your consistency. Collect as many reps as you can, go as hard as you can. Rest is obviously whatever time is left in that 2 minutes, so the longer the work, the less the rest. Now, our workout piece for today is going to be a 9-minute AMRAP. That's right, it is Friday, which means we're hitting a Super Psyche Saturday workout tomorrow. So 9-minute AMRAP of 5 toe to bar, those can be kipping, 10 dumbbell plank row, I'd like to see alternate on the dumbbells, and 20 double unders. Now, it's not a long time frame, but it's also not going to take a long time to get through those rounds, so we should still be looking at a pretty high round total, even though we're only looking at 9 minutes. Stick around if you guys want to see movement modifications or demonstrations. So, handstand push-ups on the menu today, guys. We're looking at unbroken sets, meaning we are not coming down, going back up on the wall. Once we're on the wall, we're staying on the wall for our handstand push-ups. Does not have to be strict, although I'm going to start here with a set of strict to begin. What we're looking for is a max effort set, true max effort. So not anticipating your next round or your last round, trying to overcome fatigue, but accumulating as many as you can in the moment and moving on from there. As I said, it does not have to be strict. The next set here will be a couple kipping. Just gotta look out for that cord on the wall. Down and through with the hips. Make sure you guys, if you're going to kip, are focused on a nice stable position at the bottom. And our 9-minute AMRAP is going to start with toe to bar. Not looking for the strict ones, but the kipping ones as long as we can. Obviously, you guys are going to modify these if you need to with a V up. Feel free to even toss in a couple hollow rocks there to get the kip experience on the V-ups. Second piece is going to be dropping down to the dumbbell plank row. I want you guys to alternate sides as long as you can. Focus on holding the core hips nice and stable, a little anti-rotational movement there while we're going through and doing our rowing. Keep in mind, dumbbells should not be super heavy. We want to be able to work through this pretty well. If you guys want a little bit more core activation, as I'm doing here, just bend the knees and set yourself in more of that bear crawl type position. And we have a quick little cardio piece at the end of each round with our double unders, or as you can see, doing a modified version with jumping jacks. Stay tuned for movement modifications. Alright guys, so we are talking modifications for today's stuff. For the handstand push-up, we're basically going to be working with a strict press going up overhead with weight. Now, whether or not you have dumbbells, kettlebells, barbell, what have you, I'm going to have you guys ideally, grab my dumbbells here, doing a Z press. Never done a Z press before. We are going to be on our butt. Legs are going to be straight and extended out to the sides, about 90 degrees at the hip here. And from there, we're going into an overhead strict press. Now, the point of the Z position is to keep you guys from compensating by arching the spine, by putting an extra position there to help you get through the movement. It's going to keep it on the shoulders. It's going to make you work a little bit harder to do the same amount of work than you otherwise might if you were standing upwards. On our workout, we have our toe to bar as the prescribed movement. Now, if the issue is the movement, not the bar, not the equipment, then there's a bunch of different things you guys can do. We can bring the knees up, we can kip and bring the knees up. We can bring the legs up in front of us, make it more of a strict movement. All those are going to be fine. If you don't have the bar to hang on to, then we're probably going to drop down onto the ground for a V-up or a straight-legged sit-up. So that V-up is going to be all the way up, hands, feet touch. We can also do something that's a tuck crunch where you start in a hollow position, you crunch in, you extend back to that hollow position. The straight-legged sit-up, I like it for this. If we need to modify this all the way back to a sit-up over a regular ab mat bent knee sit-up, because it's gonna force you guys to elongate and get a little bit of a hamstring stretch in there like you would have to necessarily have, or possibly necessarily have depending on your dimensions when you get your feet up to that bar, okay? Second movement here, that dumbbell plank row. Obviously one of my favorite things when it comes to modifying the dumbbell plank row from a dumbbell plank row is to pop ourselves into a side plank and pull into a rowing position with a band that's gonna be anchored out in front of us. That's a good one if we have a barbell, or we have plates, or we have a kettlebell. You guys can always elevate yourself, right? Find a box that we can elevate the hands on and go into our row from there. We're looking at 10 of them, so if you're gonna do that, you're probably not switching hands super easily. Just do 5 and 5. Obviously the kettlebell needs extra range of motion from that position too. So let's say I have myself braced on top of a bench or on a box. I can always anchor that barbell down next to my foot and row it from here. It's gonna be extending down towards that foot as well. All right, double unders, simple modification. We have single unders, we have jumping jacks, we have toe taps, we have lateral hops over a line or an object if you want, force you to work a little bit harder. Just keep in mind 20 double unders is not programmed to take a lot of time. So we're talking maybe 30 seconds here that should take each time, maybe. Probably more like 10 to 20 seconds. So that's going to be a fast turnover. That should not be something you guys are getting stuck on at that point.